America. Welcome to sports. In layman's terms, I'm your guy, Willie SoSo, and to my left we have...
I am SoSo and Franchise. What's up, America? How is it going this evening?
It's raining on our head.
Right.
Nonetheless, America, y'all know what we do, how we do, and where we do it from. Beaming to you from our favorite watering hole, Snippers Pool and Pub in Livonia, Michigan. Coming to you with no coach speak, no media spin, just some guys at the bar with the drinks, talking sports just like you. Let's get on into it. So, baseball trade deadline coming up, right?
Absolutely. 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay. You would think that would be the biggest story in sports.
Yeah, you want to see maybe who's moving where, what team's going for it, what team's not, who's coming by, who returns.
Right.
You know, all the news should happen.
Exactly. We're literally going to push that to the third segment.
There's not a lot of trades happening.
Here's why. While we really do want to talk about things like what our Tigers are going to do at the trade deadline, we have to talk about the breaking news story that came out Wednesday, July 30th. Somehow or another, Gilbert Arenas has found his way into the news headlines again.
He's signing with a new team.
Not even close. He might be doing some signing, but it ain't going to be with a new team. It might be a plea deal to keep him out of jail.
Oh, boy.
Gilbert Arenas gets arrested for running an illegal gambling operation. Out of his house, no less. Now, when I first heard this story, I was like, people gamble at their house all the time. Right. But people don't allow national security risks from Israel into their home in order to gamble.
They don't?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah. Protection, you know? Good protection.
Or Homeland Security can raid your house. Gilbert Arenas is accused of running an illegal gambling operation and was in cahoots with people who were on Homeland Security's security watch list. Some Israeli cats that were apparently not so good people. The allegations go, they were charging people to rent out one of Gilbert Arenas' mansions. They were supplying ladies for companionship.
Yeah. Everybody needs a little company.
And if that's not bad enough,
I don't know how you get any worse.
Well, that's a federal case for which Gilbert Arenas could be facing up to 5 years in jail. They raided his house. The alleged incident happened back in 2022. They raided his house. They took some money. Doesn't say how much money, but they took some money. And Gilbert Arenas petitioned the government to get his money back and said that he was not, in fact, running an illegal gambling operation. Only problem is, when the feds get you, they got you. And they got text messages.
They're going to bluff them?
I see what you did there. Along with the illegal gambling operation charge, they're also charging him with lying to federal agents about the said investigation and not cooperating. So it'll probably be an obstruction of justice charge or something like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna start on the right foot if you're doing that.
Yeah. So he's in a lot of hot shit.
But wait, there's more.
Also arrested recently, former NBA star, former Detroit Pistons star, Marcus Morris.
We got the right twin?
Not Markeith.
Okay, alright.
Marcus was arrested for check fraud. Yeah. Allegedly, he bounced $265,000 worth of checks between two Las Vegas casinos. This happened in between May and June of 2024.
Let's not get around to it. I mean, did it take that long for his check to bounce?
He did it at one casino in May, turned around and did it at another casino in June. That doesn't look good.
JJ, my man, you in trouble.
With Gilbert Arenas, when the fans get you, in general, they got you. They have a very high conviction rate.
Oh, yeah.
And Marcus Morris is fucking with casinos. He lucky the only thing that he getting is arrested.
Yeah. They want to go in the back room in a casino.
We're not done. We're not done. Check this out.
Just when we thought that was the worst thing that could happen.
All right. I'm seeing a theme here.
Earlier this week,
I'm seeing a theme.
Emmanuel Clase, lights out closer for the Cleveland Guardians, suspended by Major League Baseball due to a federal investigation into gambling. And if that's not bad enough,
not a good thing, folks.
If that's not bad enough, he's the second Cleveland Guardian in the past month to get suspended pending federal investigation for gambling.
On the same bet. On the same prop. I mean, different players, but the same prop. Same prop. You think that maybe he might have learned his lesson when, I don't know, Luis Ortiz got busted?
So, about that, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud.
Sweet.
With regards to Emmanuel Clase and Ortiz, I smell conspiracy. This was going to be a whole ring to make whatever amount of money they were planning to make. This was about to be clandestine activity, and it just so happened they got popped.
I mean, do you think that maybe Ortiz, since he's under investigation, say, hey, maybe you might want to check a couple pitches from Class A to maybe ease like the penalty coming towards Ortiz, or do you think this is like this two separate things?
Oh no, it ain't no two separate things.
No.
This is all the same bullshit.
Might be the same little
and
two-man show.
What you're saying is Luis Ortiz?
Luis Ortiz.
You're saying that Luis Ortiz is a snitch.
I'm not saying that. I'm just wondering if maybe you get in that room, they got that light on you, and you start sweating. Maybe you start like, hey, I can give you somebody. I'm just a low man on a totem pole.
See, the word for that is snitch. So you are, in fact, saying that Luis Ortiz is a
under investigation
snitch.
He's a snitch.
He's a snitch.
I ain't trying to fool you. I'm like shit.
You disloyal fool ass bitch made punk.
Now you know what? I didn't even think of that. But you might be on to something with that. I just took it as far as these two said, hey, want to make a little money?
Right.
Here's how we do it. You can't convince me otherwise. This was them two conspiring to gamble.
Because there's one thing I cannot understand, especially with with this prop bet alone, the prop bet was either the first one's gonna be a strike or a ball.
A strike or a ball. And
even
the whole, if you go say what the prop bet is, you gotta say that the evidence they have, or at least the internet seems to have against them, is a lot of first pitches.
This is
have been way outside.
Just a bit outside. Ball 4. Ball 8.
I think me or you could do a little review and say, holy cow, $25,000 on his first pitch being a ball or a strike? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Because one, how many people even know about that prop?
I mean, a lot of people know about it, but I'm pretty sure it's not a highly bet.
Right. And two, come on now, it's that freaking simple, okay? Nobody in their right mind is going to bet $25,000 on a first pitch ball or strike.
It doesn't make sense, no. But compulsive gamblers, or say the actual pitcher that's throwing the fucking pitch. If I know that I got 25 grand riding on a pitch that's minus 100, minus 150, and I know that this is very first pitch, I just made 25 grand.
Right.
Very first pitch. Guess what I'm going to do.
Right. I mean, what other prop bet do you have a 50-50 chance of winning?
But here's the bigger problem for me with Class A and Ortiz. You motherfuckers make millions. You make millions. What could you possibly stand to gain monetarily by rigging this?
Oh, no, I don't think it's for them. I think they're doing it for friends in trouble. I think they might have a buddy or a friend that said, man, I'm a little down on my luck. I need to get a couple grand. Place a bet on me throwing the ball real quick.
If that is the case, then, which that's feasible, actually.
Right.
But if that is the case, you just heard me say these motherfuckers make millions.
Right.
How about just give them the money?
Yeah.
How about just give them the money versus risking your entire career and potentially your freedom?
He ain't lying.
This shit keeps happening. It just keeps happening to the point where, as a fan, I can't help but start considering that shit's rigged. And it irks me to have to consider that.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
What the hell is wrong with these cats? And they don't have financial advisors?
Right.
What the fuck? I cannot wrap my head around it to save my life.
I never will. Every time I hear a multi-millionaire sports player, and it doesn't matter what sport, you're making millions of dollars. Carl Neuber. Or what else? You know what?
Yeah, talking to you, Henry Ross.
Pay your bill.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's simple.
Just be responsible. These people are doing stuff that, like, drunk adolescents do. Where, like, I'm gonna write a back check, but you know what? I ain't gonna get caught. You're gonna try not to get caught because they know they don't have the money. You guys have. I don't know if you still have it, but you guys had the money. I don't understand. Every time I see an athlete get in trouble, speeding. I mean, about Henry Ruggs, but like speeding or drunken driving.
Henry Ruggs.
We can go to the guy, the owner of the Colts with all the trouble he got in trouble.
Yeah, with all the well, he was a dope fiend.
Right, but
that's a little different. Dude, he at least it's a big problem when, God rest the dead, when Jim Irsay, his issues are the ones that can be explained away.
Right.
That's a problem.
It doesn't look so bad.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I don't feel 1 ounce of remorse in these guys.
I don't feel bad for any.
If I can do it, you guys can do it.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for any of them. It's just amazing me amazes me because we hear about it so goddamn all the time. Like I wasn't even thinking about, like you say, call Uber. Yeah, him and Alex. Yeah, you'd still be in the league and you wouldn't be in jail right
and
now.
Not just him. He was just one that came up. Yeah,
because it's the most recent.
There's plenty others.
If you don't like that one, Rashi Rice.
Right.
We could go down the list on and on about this. Pay your gambling debts. That's an age-old one. This ain't the first time we heard something like that. Marcus Morris, Michael Jordan. I'm sorry.
Confused sometimes.
Charles Barkley. Sorry, Tourette's. But we keep every offseason we hear something like this. This year, Malik Beasley, gambling investigation, NBA. Last season, it was Terry Rozier and Jonte Porter kicked out of the league for life.
Right.
What is wrong with them? How do they keep screwing up their money? Because I can only imagine that's the main thing behind this. Shohei Ohtani. I'm sorry, Tourette's. I can only imagine that's the only reason that they keep finding themselves in these situations. Poor money management.
Oh, yeah, it's either A, they do their own money, but they're too damn busy to keep track of it, or they have a friend that's really not keeping track of it for them.
Or is it this? Maybe it's just that athlete entitlement.
Yeah,
But they figure, oh, I'm me.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I can do whatever the hell I want to do. Maybe that's it. At which point, I really don't feel sorry for them, and I really hope they get nailed to the fucking wall for it.
Now that sums it up for me.
Baseball.
My Tigers are back.
No, Javi Baez is going down. I don't know if you saw his recent batting average, but we'll go with the Tigers are back right now.
Fuck you. And I'm going to assume that after an 0-for-3 performance in his last game, that is somewhere around 258. I'm guessing.
You can do that 16-point range.
I'm going to assume it's about
as they like to say, it's time to do a little scoreboard watching on Javi Baez's average.
I'm good. America, for those of you who don't know, me and this guy have a bet that Javi Baez will have a batting average above 242 by the end of the regular season. I'm winning. But the Tigers, overall, they've bounced back from losing 12 out of 13 on a modest little 4-game winning streak, albeit they swept 3 of those games against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are, well, not that great. Trade deadline coming up super soon. Do you think there's any chance that we actually get it? I fucked his name up.
Let's call him Gino.
Do you think there's any chance we get Gino Suarez?
No, I really don't think so. I mean, I was kind of like, yeah, go get him. You know, probably for about a week, 7 to 10 days. You know, now. But then then it started hitting me. You know, I'm like going, well, he's having a really good year. End of his contract.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know he was 36 years old.
Me either.
I thought he was a little bit younger than that, and I'm not sure if I'm giving up. You know what we assume the asking. We're not assuming. We're just hearing, but you know what we're saying according to sources that Arizona wants like a top 5 prospect from where a team gets him. So I'm saying no on that. I think they should concentrate in the pitching, hopefully.
All right, so because we'll get to the pitching in a second, but so you're not on board with giving up the top prospect,
top 5.
Even though we have the deepest, not one of, but literally the deepest farm system in the league.
Oh yeah,
I would, and I do realize it's short-term results versus future projections. I do it because we do not know. Prospects are just that for a reason. The prospects. They might work, they might not. You do not know who will and who won't. But what we do know is we have an opportunity to win a World Series now. So, I would suggest going to do what it is that we need to do now to win a World Series. And what we see happening more times than not is what the smart people tell us it's going to cost is never what it actually costs. It always comes in less.
Oh, right, yeah. Like I said,
so I would want to take that chance 10 out of 10 times.
I like where your head's at, man.
Which leads me to the pitching thing. There is a report floating out there by some MLB insider that says a trade could get done that would give the Tigers Mitch Keller, starting pitcher from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I can't think of Bednar's first name.
Yeah,
but Bednar, who's a closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates, we could get them two in exchange for 4 prospects: Max Anderson, Chris Rodriguez, and the other 2 escaped. The other 2 names escaped.
Okay. I'm sure maybe Tyrone Lorenzo might be on that.
Might have been. I don't know. But just like the Geno Suarez thing, I'd do this trade in a heartbeat. It's going to shore up our pitching. And truthfully, the names that they're talking about, and I only say this because we just played the Pirates last weekend, they tore our ass up. Mitch Keller tore our ass up. Bednar tore our ass up. Would I want them on my team? Yes. I absolutely would. And you telling me that I'm giving up prospects and we're not giving our top prospects up. We're high on our prospect Max Clark and Kevin McGonigal, Bryce Rayner. They will all still be here to round out that core for the future. I'd do that deal in a heartbeat. Whoever the prospects were, and I know I couldn't remember them, but whoever they were, we need to learn how to balance the now with the future, and do some risk assessment on what we can get now versus what we may or may not get in the future when it comes to getting rid of prospects. Of course, no, I wouldn't say we just deplete our farm system like the Yankees and the Dodgers do, because they just spend money and try to buy bats and arms every year. But when you see an opportunity and you have an opportunity, you got to seize that shit. So this would be an opportunity. It's a rumor. I don't even know if this shit's true. But if it were, I'd do that deal in a heartbeat. Also coming up in the sports landscape this week, NFL Hall of Fame game. What? Exactly. America, we don't care about the NFL Hall of Fame game, even if our Detroit Lions are playing his hardball Chargers.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You know, like I know, that in the Hall of Fame game, Detroit Lions former third-round pick Hendon Hooker will be getting extensive time playing.
We hope.
I'm pretty sure he will. I mean, we're not here to break down no tape or what we expect him to do completion rate wise.
Are we gonna break down the 5 and 7 step drop?
Nope.
No.
None of that. But what I do want to know is this is brother going into his third year.
Yes. Well, second. It was first one. First one.
I mean, we understand they picked him up because he was hurt.
Right.
Second season.
Fully into it. Yeah.
Fully into it.
Full training camp. Yeah.
But all things considered, what is Hendon Hooker? What does his career look like? We're going to bring out the crystal ball.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to forecast what Hendon Hooker's career is going to be.
Boy, here we go.
I guess I'm going to put these two players together, put them in a race, and see who would have the better NFL career. Our Hendon Hooker or Trey Lance?
Oh.
I mean, because right now, like, when we got Hendon Hooker, I was like...
That's not fair. That's not fair.
I just feel like there was hype for Trey Lance.
There was.
And I think, even though the Lions had Jared Goff, and they didn't know they were going to give him that big, huge contract.
True.
I was like going... But I think there's a lot of people that going, we got Hendon Hooker, and they thought that was going to be...
Here's the difference.
They thought it was going to take off.
Here's the difference between Hendon Hooker and Trey Lance. 3 years in, Hendon Hooker is still a complete unknown. We have no idea. We have no real tape on him. We do not know what he's going to be. That's why we sit here and just got to kind of guess at it. Trey Lance, on the other hand, we know what Trey Lance is. Trey Lance is no bueno.
But you think if Hendon Hooker can be better than Trey Lance?
Yes, I do. I do. Just based on pedigree alone and where he came from. Where the hell did Trey Lance play college football at?
Well, North Dakota State?
One of them Dakotas.
One of the Dakotas.
How many games did he play in college?
13.
Total?
Maybe. Yeah, 13 maybe. Or is that... No, somebody else did. Who else did 13?
No.
Oh, no, Anthony Richardson only played 13 games.
Yeah, I think it was more
I think Trey Lance played like
COVID year where they sort of kind of put together this glorified scrimmage
game that he played against. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, so he might have only had... I don't know. I'm not going to even try to guess. But sure,
later all of that, we've seen him play in the NFL.
Yeah.
And it did not look good. He stunk to high hell.
We haven't seen Hendon Hooker in the NFL yet.
And therein lies, that's why I don't think that's a fair comparison.
But no,
because Trey Lance stinks.
Only reason why I think it might be a fair comparison is because, like, last year, at the end of the regular season, we signed Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but
then we had a play.
I dig it.
Where our quarterback got hurt, and we went to Teddy Bridgewater instead of the guy that was on the roster the whole year, practiced the whole year. You tell me he couldn't do a little handoff to James Williams?
I hear you. Yep. But see, that's what leans us into an assumption.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tap dance.
I get what you said. They went out and got another quarterback because they felt he wasn't good enough. I get that. I can see how but the actual factual is we don't know. And if we go on your theory, he was drafted hurt, so that first season doesn't count him as a rookie. He just wasn't ready for that in his first full year as a player. My only point is, we just don't know. We don't know. So that's why I won't compare him to Trey Lance. Now, if we just got to make comparisons, you know who I compare him to right now?
Who?
and we're going to find out if or not he's ready. JJ McCarthy.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay.
I don't know. JJ McCarthy maybe had to step on him already.
Well, he has a step on him, of course, because he doesn't have anybody in front of him to keep him from starting.
Right.
So yeah, he does. And here's what we know. At least if you believe the rumors out of the training camp from Minnesota, JJ McCarthy is having his struggles. But the thing is, they don't have any other choice.
No, they don't. They do not.
So it's going to be trial by fire. The thing with Hendon Hooker is we picked up Jared Goff. And I have a feeling that not even the Lions thought Jared Goff was going to be what Jared Goff was.
Yeah.
But he was. So now they're stuck with Hendon Hooker. Not saying that Hendon Hooker's good, not saying that Hendon Hooker's bad. We just don't know.
Not great, Bob.
Hendon Hooker, through no fault of his own, no matter what he does, is now relegated to being a career backup quarterback.
If he stays in Detroit, yeah, he will be.
I think wherever he goes,
I mean, if he won't be good in Detroit, then definitely he's going somewhere else.
Because he can't get traded. Nobody knows who he is.
Right?
If we...
Maybe we give him to Cleveland.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, they got 5 or 6. If we cut him, contract gonna be up.
Right. I mean, he can be a cut. He can be a cut guy this year.
I think somebody else will pick him up
on a flyer for sure.
And I think at that point,
practice squad guy,
he becomes career backup. And it sort of kind of hurts me because I really would have liked to have seen what Hendon Hooker would have been in the NFL.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if he didn't get hurt in college.
True, because he wouldn't be on this team,
right?
If he didn't get hurt in college,
because he was on fire in college.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, he was Heisman ready. He was 1-1 ready.
Right.
Towards ACL.
Sucks to be you.
Well, America, this has been sports. In layman's terms, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this content. Let the world know we're out here talking our shit. You can find us on YouTube at Sports in Layman's Terms, Facebook, Sports in Layman's Terms, X at Lay Terms Sports. Hell, you can even check us out on Instagram at Lay Terms Sport. And if you really want to get in contact with us, you can email us at sportsinlaymansterm@gmail. I am Willie SoSo.
I am CB Franchise.
And this has been Sports in Layman's Terms. Wait a minute. Shout out Bubba Wallace, NASCAR race driver. Won the Brickyard 400 over the weekend. He became the first black man to win a race at the Indianapolis Speedway.
Yep.
I'm fucking awesome.